Hi, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. If you are brand new to my channel, yay, you found me. I'm so glad. My goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a specific film. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. All right, so I always do movie reviews of feature films, but I also review documentaries from time to time. And that's what I'm reviewing today. It is called For the Animals. And in fact, in this case, it's not a documentary, it's a documentary. So this heartbreaking, truly documentary will be in select theaters as well as on Amazon Prime Video and Apple TV on July 28th, 2023. It's an hour and 13 minutes. And my overall movie review mom grade for it is an A minus. So let me explain a little bit about what this movie is. I'll give you an overview in a nutshell, and I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, interesting lines, and recommendations for other films that are sort of similar that I think you might also like if you haven't already discovered them. All right, so you ready in a nutshell? All right, I want to tell you the names of this co-directed story here, but I apologize in advance if I'm going to mispronounce these names. It is Sadhvi Sidali Shri and Sadhvi Anupti. Oh my goodness, I apologize. I don't know. Anyway, they co-produced and co-directed the film with the support of human and animal rights activist Alyssa Milano as the executive producer. So with catastrophic numbers of stray dogs roaming the streets of Houston, Texas, twin activists and philanthropists, Tina Lundquist Faust and Tama Lundquist, lead the charge and take matters into their own hands to save the animals they love. As more and more strays plague the city, causing a public health crisis and attacking its residents, the sisters take to the streets for a very hands-on approach. There are too many citizens not caring for their pets, and this problem has gone unchecked for decades, resulting in the worst animal crisis the city and the county have ever seen. So through community outreach, direct work with local shelters, and stray dog feeders, the sisters rescue strays right off the street, run weekly programs to community work, and with politicians to take on the dark practices of Houston's largest shelters that usually euthanize animals due to overcrowding. This was all exacerbated by COVID and the new policy of, quote, managing the animal intake / limiting animal intake in the shelters. So as Tina and Tama seek to create a better life for the animals they love, they fight to prove that it takes just one person caring to make a difference. Now, this is the description that the studio sent me. So although For the Animals is set in Houston, it definitely reflects the same issues that cities across the United States face, where approximately 6.3 million companion animals enter shelters yearly, according to the ASPCA. Yes, those numbers are astounding. The film highlights both the grassroots efforts and the multiple animal welfare organizations struggling with the complex nature of solving this overwhelming issue where lack of resources and local bureaucracy each play a role. Now, you can definitely feel the twins' passion for dogs specifically, and you can feel a love for the work that they do and the heart and soul that they put into saving these animals. And one of them makes a comment in the movie that these aren't just wild animals that need to be put down. These are companions. These are man's best friend. And what are we doing to protect them and help them? All right. So the list of things that I like about this movie is pretty long. On a personal note, I have a twin sister too. So I was really excited to see what this dynamic duo is doing. And I'm also a dog lover. So I'm super impressed. Those who are interested in nonprofit organizations can get tips on how to run an organization and collaborate with other organizations to reach your goals faster. And we definitely see that with them. They only have so many hours in the day. And so they specifically reach out and connect so that they're able to reach more dogs and save more dogs. It's also really inspiring to watch how one or two people can make a huge difference when they involve community members and use their voice to recruit the help of politicians. It's sweet to see how the twins pray with specific requests, and that allows them to immediately see the answers to their prayers. Now, this is in no means a Christian film, and one of them has a potty mouth, just a heads up on that. But they definitely are very intentional in their efforts, and I really loved seeing that. Keep watching during the final rolling credits to see an impressive list of the things that just these two women have done alone to help animals in the community, specifically in Houston, Texas. Now, with all of that praise, there were just a few little things that I didn't like or just thought could have been done better. For example, it would have been fun to see the process where a dog from the street is rescued and then placed in the home of a loving family. And we get to meet the family and, see that interaction. People who watch this will want to know how they can help. And so it would be helpful to have a specific website where we could go, or have someone tell the viewers where they can go to volunteer. And because the movie doesn't really offer that, I will give you a recommendation. It's called justserve.org. And within that, what it does is you put in all of the things that you love. You love animals, you don't want animals. You love old people, you don't want to work with old people. You put in all of the things that you want, and then it'll tell you all of the organizations in your area where you can serve, where they are actively recruiting volunteers. So it's called justserve.org. Now, let me give you some tips for parents. Surprisingly, as I mentioned, there is a lot of profanity, including one F-bomb. We see a lot of stray dogs in really bad shape. And that's why I said it is a heartbreaking movie. We hear about many dogs that are euthanized as well. And just beware, just know ahead of time. It's going to be a difficult movie to watch if you're a dog lover. Some of the themes that are illustrated really well are caring for animals, compassion, certainly, stewardship and responsibility, and just the simple fact that one person can make a difference. Now, in the case of this movie, it was the two twins working together, but they also identify one person in the community or in another organization who then gets the word out and spreads all of the good work that's being done in the community to protect dogs. So I love that. So while I watch movies, I always write down lines just so I can share them with you so you can get a taste for the movie. And so here are just a few lines spoken by different people. One is, if animals are suffering, humans are suffering. And several times in the movie, they bring out the fact that this animal problem is now becoming a human problem because it can bring disease. It can cause animals that are starving to bite humans and be have the humans living in an unsafe environment. You know what I mean? And they give specific examples of those things. And then another line is, be their voice, because dogs can't tell us what they need. They can't tell us how to solve the problem, obviously. And then I love one line where it says, there's hope at the end, definitely, for the animals. And these women are very hopeful. They are overwhelmed because there's so much that needs to be done, but they're hopeful. They know that they're going to solve the problem. They just got to get the right people and get the right momentum going. And I think that they will. They're already doing it. So kudos to them. I really admire people who choose to spend their free time or even their working time doing good to bring good into this world. And by the way, the women are easy on the eyes too. They're beautiful twin blonde sisters, and it's fun to watch them get all dressed up, and you would think someone who looks that elegant wouldn't want to slobber all over a dog, but they just get right in and they're hugging them and kissing them. And you just can see they truly, genuinely, and sincerely love these dogs. All right, so let me give you some recommendations for some other films that I instantly thought of while I was watching this film. The first one is a movie called Playing with Sharks, features another beautiful blonde. And instead of protecting dogs, she goes hardcore and she works to protect sharks in the ocean and has been doing so for decades. So definitely check that one out. And you can watch my movie review, actually, of all three of these films that I'm going to be recommending. They're all documentaries, by the way. The second one I did, I think just last year, called The Bond. And it shows us what happened to so many animals in Australia when those terrible fires destroyed acres, and thousands of acres. And of course, it displaced humans, but it also displaced animals and killed many animals. And it shows just these good natured people who want to save these animals and bring some sense of safety and normalcy back to their little animal lives. It's very touching. And then the last documentary is called The Loneliest Whale. And it's really interesting. It gets a little scientific because they are listening to the sounds that whales make and they identify this one sound, and it's not any of the species that they know and recognize. So for the whole movie, they're like, is this a new species? Or, what's happening? And the sad thing is that nobody answers this poor whale's call. Like the whale doesn't have any friends or have family, or they're trying to figure out what is the deal with this whale and where is the whale as they try to track it down. So anyway, I think you might get a kick out of that one too if you love animals and you want to see what people are doing to protect them and give them a good life so that they can live their best life. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that my reviews are helpful. And when you get a minute, run over to Instagram. You can follow me at Movie Review Mom or as Trina Boice, which is my author page there. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.